You gonna get up, bitch, or you gonna fight like a man? And he's like, ooh, that gets him mad. He did not like being called the bitch, chat. He did not like that. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge.
Oh my lord, but no, happy to have you guys here. Chat, we got to get down to the nitty-gritty details. We have to start the reviews, chat. Tonight, I am doing a review, a scene-by-scene breakdown, chat, for Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge. The best Mortal Kombat adaptation, chat. Live action, animated, it's the best. This came out, I believe, in 2020. It was early 2020. Actually, funny enough, like I think it was like April. It was April of 2020. So wow, it's kind of like we just passed the movie's 1 year anniversary. I think it was like released in mid or late April. So that's pretty fucking cool. It was fortuitous, chat, that I should do this. It made so much sense, especially after recently watching Mortal Kombat 2021. That stinker, that disappointing film. It's too bad. Like, this film does everything right where that film did a lot of things wrong, chat. Like in this film, you get a lot of fucking cool fights. You get a lot of the characters that you like to see. They have, listen, are they well developed? You know, do they have like a breadth of content for them and a backstory? It's like, no, but their personalities shine through, Chad. That's what this movie gets right. It's like, listen, we have a big fucking cast and we can only do so much with them, but you're gonna get a sense of everyone's personality. We're gonna do fun stuff with them. They're gonna have a good rapport with each other, and that's what you need for a Mortal Kombat movie. And you're gonna have some really well choreographed fights that are gonna and it's not gonna cut away every other second, so you don't really get a sense of what the fuck is going on. You're actually going to see these fights play out and have a natural and horrifically gory conclusion, chat. There's a ton of great fights in this movie. The movie opens with a fight, and it doesn't open with a fight, and then the rest of the movie, it just sucks, and then the last fight's good. It's like, no, all the fights and action sequences in this film are great, in my opinion, chat. Thank you, by the way. We have a new follower here, chat. Thank you to PSO Will. PSO Will, thank you for the follow. You're my new Huckleberry. Welcome to stream. I just saw you in there, Blood-Subbing Gamers. Hope you're doing. Wait, do you think this is the best line? I'm no longer Baihan. I am Sub-Zero. That's go, but no. Although, I mean, Mortal Kombat in general always has corny bad lines. This movie has the same thing. It's got some corny, cheesy lines. That's the thing with the franchise. You have to just kind of embrace it. The thing, you know what the movie got wrong is that it took itself so seriously. So when it did those cheesy, corny lines, it didn't work. Now, if the movie embraced its silliness, had a sense of humor, you know, obviously the exception of Kano, because he was like, oh, this is fucking ridiculous, then it would have worked better, no doubt about it. But they didn't do that. They took themselves too seriously. Unlike this movie, chat, which doesn't take itself too seriously. It has fun with all the characters. Yes, it has the thorough line. It has the main storyline, which is through Scorpion, which is smart. Scorpion should be the main character of your Mortal Kombat movie. It makes sense, chat. You know, typically, he has the biggest reason to be involved in this tournament, always seeking revenge, you know, for his family, chat, going after Sub-Zero or Quan Chi in this case. It's like, it just naturally makes sense that, and he's the fucking mascot of the franchise. He is the face of the franchise. Typically, when people think of Mortal Kombat, who's the first person you think of? Scorpion. That's just the one that you always think of, Chad. It makes sense that they structured this first movie. Now, apparently they set up a sequel. I don't know if that sequel's ever gonna happen, Chad. I hope so. I want to. They fucking end on a big old cliffhanger saying, "Oh shit, Shao Kahn coming, Shao Kahn coming, Chad. He's coming." So maybe we'll get it someday. But I like that they structured the most of the movie like around Scorpion, but they still had everyone else in there and they had fun with them. Like, he's the most serious element there. And you fucking care about him. You care for him. It's like, man, that fucking sucks. But despite that serious storyline they have, everything around him is fun and over the top and gory, and there's great cheesy one-liners, and, you know, has a nice sense of humor. That's what works about this movie. Now, chat, before I get, and I already talked about how much I really like this movie, but I gotta ask you a question. Typically, before I get into the nitty-gritty details of the spoiler reviews that I do, I need to ask you, how many of you have seen Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. It's the subtitle, chat. Scorpion's Revenge. Main premise, the main through line of the film. Burger, I have not seen it. Oh, DT Dark Slayer, haven't seen it. I Brownie Nuts Mouse. Yes! Oh, look at that! There you go! It's to my shame, I have not. You would like it, so I think you would dig it a lot. Edgy Berserker, I have seen it and really liked it. Osnick, I watched it last year. PSO Will, yes. Guess what? I haven't. Devin, I have. Mr. Yasmin, I did, and on the Blu-ray. Susie Man's seen it today. That's right. Yeah, I did see it. Edman, I have not. Alex, Axel, haven't seen it. PSO, I have it. KC, yo, Chris, glad you're getting to MKM. And did you just review it? I'm just about to get in the room and ask people if they have seen this fine film. Come Hazel, nope. Plus, Gamers loved it. Ty, I have. Black Snow, I saw it. I saw Scorpion's Revenge. It was awesome. So there you go. So a lot of you have seen it, but a couple of you have not seen it. That's fine, Chad. I like a diverse group of people. I like a diverse audience, Chad. You know, one of the things I have to mention, because I kind of, talked about the praise, how I thought the film really understood Mortal Kombat. Yes, it had a bit of a serious storyline with Scorpion. It makes sense for him to be the main character, but you have all this fun stuff that happens around it, chat. And I think one of the reasons why this movie is such fun to watch is its voice cast. They got a stellar fucking voice cast here, chat. They have people like Joe McHale as Johnny Cage. I've been sounding the fucking horn, chat, that if they were to cast a live action Johnny Cage, which they should have in the most recent Mortal Kombat 2021 film, Joel McHale will be an excellent choice because, one, he nailed it as Johnny Cage in this animated film. You have other people like Steve Blum, chat, the great Steve Blum, is, famously played Spike Spiegel in the American dub and the English dub, of Cowboy Bebop, chat. He's been Wolverine for years. He's a Samurai Champloo. It's like if you watched an anime, chat, in the last 20, 25 years, you've heard the dulcet tones of one Steve Blum, chat. You've heard this man. You have Robin Atkin Downs, chat, in this. Gray Griffin, / Gray DeLise is in this. Kevin Michael Richardson's in it, chat. They got a hell of a cast here, chat, and a lot of them do a good job. Even Jennifer Carpenter, who I'm not really a fan of as an actress. She's probably famously best known for playing Dexter's sister in Dexter. And I was never a big fan of her, but she does a good job as Sonya Blade. She's selling those cheesy one-liners and corny lines. It's like, okay, I dig it. I dig her character. I understand why she is the way she is. It works. Like, a lot of stuff about this movie just works, and it's fun. And it has a great running time, Chad. I think it's just under like an hour and 20 minutes, and that's as long as it needs to be. Covers a lot of the stuff from the first set of Mortal Kombat games. You have Shang Tsung in there. You see the tournament. I like how they structure the tournament. It's more like a battle royale, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. Where Shang Tsung, like in the movie, we'll get to in a bit, but like he teleports. He's like, all right, Mortal Kombat start, and he just teleports all these people around the island, and his face is just 1v1, but they're all fighting at the same time, and then eventually you just have to fight all these other people as you're going towards like the main compound where you got to fight Shang Tsung's ultimate champion Goro. So it's like, oh, this is straight up. This is like Fortnite. It's like a battle royale. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's not like a DBZ tournament where it's like, okay, one at a time, then you go, then you have to fight this guy. It's like, no, after you fight your initial combatant, you're like, it's a free-for-all, chat. It's a bloody, visceral, gory free-for-all, which I thought, that is cool. And you would think, because you think, oh, this is what they're going to do then, is they're going to constantly cut back and forth to all the fights going on the island, and you're not going to get a sense of the fights. No. They do the exact opposite. I thought was real. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm really glad they did that, where they just focus on one fight for an entire sequence. It's great. They do all sorts of things, shit. They change up the environment, but they're not doing all these fucking cuts to, like, what's Liu Kang doing? What's Sonya doing? What's Raiden doing? What's Scorpion doing? No. It is solely on, like, the first big fight. Part of the tournament that we see is Johnny Cage and Baraka, and we see all of it. And then we go to the next one, Sonya Blade and Reptile. I think that's great. I love that. That's what the live-action film need to have, Chan did not, and it's a goddamn shame. It's a goddamn shame, Chan. That's what they should have had. It's too bad. That's why for many reasons, why this animated movie is the best Mortal Kombat adaptation that we've gotten. It's up there as one of the best video game adaptations out there. That's why, animation's great for when it comes to adapting video games. I always point to Castlevania as one of the greatest video game adaptations of all time. This one also kind of is too. I feel confident in saying that shit. Certainly the best Mortal Kombat one, no question about it. Cheers and salute, by the way. My chap. let's get to the nitty-gritty details of Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge, shall we? Open up with war, chat, but not the war you expect. We see an army of ants, chat, and they are going towards a destination. They are fighting against something. They are caught in an epic battle, and they are being slaughtered, chat. Like, already, chat, it's like, yeah, we're going to see people get cut up and sliced and diced and looking like pieces of salami in a bit. Don't you worry. But these ants, chat, are getting massacred by something. They're trying to go forward, and this giant fucking tail of a stinger on it comes down and just slams in them. They explode. You see all their ant guts. They're like, oh, like their little ant brothers and sisters, like, oh my God. But they don't even have time to react after that, chat. And they see these pincers coming down, and they're getting, like, chopped in half, and the heads are gone. You have this one ant who's trying to pick up its legs, chat, but it doesn't realize it. It's like, he's just in a state of shock, chat. It's a massacre. And we see all these ants attacking this big black scorpion, chat. And who do we see watching it, chat? We see this child. His name is Hitoshi, chat, and he is the son. He is the son, chat, of Scorpion. I don't know what Scorpion's real name is. Hanzo Hasashi. I'm gonna call him good old Hanzo, chat. And he is the son, little Toshi, little Yoshi Scorpion. And, you know, Yoshi's watching this, and he's like, "Well, Dad, the answer, they're gonna kill a scorpion." And Hanzo's like, "Nah, Yoshi, you're not gonna do that. No." Gary, I know, I forgot his name already. I think his name is Toshi or something. I'm gonna call the kid Yoshi for the sake of convenience, chat, okay? You know who I'm talking about at this point. He's a little green dinosaur. But Scorpion, Hanzo's like, "Oh, don't worry. See, the thing about the Scorpion is, son, he's resilient. He's patient. And you know what else? You know what else?" And little Yoshi's like, "What, Dad? He's got a big fucking stinger on his tail." And we see the Scorpion just hitting all the ants, like, with his stinger. And the ants kind of like, okay, I got hit, but I'm okay. And then they're like, "Whoa!" And they become bloated, chat, because they're filled with poison. And the venom, I guess, you know, is coursing through their veins. And and they just explode. It's like, oh my God. And the kid goes, cool. Yoshi really likes the Scorpion ant violence. And the Scorpion, my son, it perseveres and goes on to live another day. And he's like, "Yeah, Dad, can I have a piggyback ride?" He's like, "Of course you can have a piggyback ride." As Hanzo, I love piggyback rides. It's what I'm best at. Because we see one of the greatest piggyback ride fights I think I've ever seen in a movie. I was like, Jesus, kid, he's just tossing this kid around. But if he gets his little Yoshi, it's weird, chat. Like, Yoshi's riding him. Usually Yoshi's the mount. And I guess he can't really put Hanzo in the kid, chat, because he'd just break him. His little derpy child legs would just shatter, chat, under the weight of Scorpion. But Scorpion's kid gets on his back, and they start running towards home, chat, towards their village. He's the leader of this village. Everyone loves Hanzo. He's great. And he's going there. Him and his kid are having a good time, laughing and talking. It's wonderful. But he passes by the main gate, chat. Beautiful community, by the way. Beautiful village. It looks great, but it's in an evening. It's evening. The sun is setting. And he passes by the villages. Is weird because the guards aren't on duty. He's like, that's kind of odd. They should be here. Obviously, they always are at their post. He notices they're just kind of all falling to the ground. He's like, that's odd. And he continues to walk into the village, chat, and there's not a fucking soul out there. No one out there in the bazaar, in the market. You don't hear any people talking inside their homes. No laughter. Not a word spoken, chat. Not a whisper. Nothing. Dead silence. And he's like, shit, it's the Lin Kuei. And they jump out, chat. They're wearing these blue and black uniforms, chat. And that is the colors of the Lin Kuei, the arch rival of Hanzo's clan. But they've been at peace for many years, chat. They've been at peace for many years. They put their differences aside for generations, and they've lived in harmony, chat. But something's happened, and these guys start trying to attack Hanzo and his kid. And he's like, ooh! But Hanzo is like, I don't want to fight him yet, because I got my little kid on my back. And so he's doing all this parkour around the city, chat. He's taking refuge in things. He's like just trying to like avoid conflict, and eventually they're all hopping on parkour on the buildings, and they pass by, and he comes out of his little hidey hole, chap. But a couple of Lin Kuei, they spot him, and they're like, "We're gonna fucking kill you." He's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't do that," and they run at him, chat, and he just starts to fucking decimate these guys, chat. Like he's like flinging his kid around, like, "Go over there," and he's like, and he's like attaches himself to a wall as he watches his dad just lay down a smackdown. And the thing is, chat, This movie, what I love about it is that it shows not only you get the fatalities, you get all the finishes, all that stuff, but you also see the X-rays, which I believe was introduced, in Mortal Kombat, I want to say 9 or something. I love the X-rays where you'll watch the guy punch someone and you see what's going on inside of the man's body, the person's body, chat, and he punches this one Lin Kuei guy right in the fucking face, and you just see the bones and meat and cartilage and eyeballs just go, and he's like, he goes wall-eyed, Shay. He looks like a chihuahua. It's like, boo, and they pop out. And he's punching all these guys. He's taking them all out. And the kid's like, oh. And Hanzo's like, I told you, son, don't fuck with the scorpion. He's like, yeah, Dad, you're right. And he grabs the kid, and they get in there. He's on his, they're running the ultimate piggyback ride's coming. And the Lin Kuei assassins are like, you fucking made our guys all derpy looking. We're going to kill you. And they chase after him, chap, but he's like flinging stuff at him, and they're all dying too. Eventually, they get back home. They see everyone. They see in the homes, all these people have been slaughtered by the Lin Kuei, all these innocent people. It's like, what the hell's going on? Eventually, goes home. He's looking for his wife. He's calling for his wife. He's like, honey, where are you? We're home. And the thing is, though, Chad, is just, but first of all, you have those, like paper shutters. She'd be able to hear you. There's no question about it. You'd be on the other side of the house. She'd be able to hear you. It'd be very easy. It's like you stand next to her. But the fucking little Yoshi kid, he found the mom. And he's like, oh, Mom, oh no. He's crying and shit because he goes over and Mom's just been disemboweled, Chad. She's right to the belly button all the way to the neck, just all over the place. And Hanzo sees this. He's like, ooh, he's getting very mad. And then all the Lin Kuei come in. And he just goes like Super Saiyan, like, it's a mixture of colors, Chad. It's explosions of reds and purples and oranges and yellows. It's just the fabric of reality shifted because he's just so mad. He gets so mad, and he just basically grabs a guy's face, and the guy's like, whoo, he just squishes his face. Like when he just throws it at another guy, and the bone and cartilage and teeth go in the side of this guy's face. He's like, oh, but he barely has time to react because Scorpion just grabs the guy's samurai sword and he just starts cutting these guys to pieces. I don't mean like, oh, he slashes them and he falls down. Like, no. He is slicing them so fast, Chad, that you can just, it looks like those, you ever been to a deli before, Chad? You go to a deli and you see like the sliced meat. That's what he's doing. And he's doing thick cut. He's doing thick cuts. And yeah, I want 5 pounds of ham. I want all the ham. And Scorpion's working the deli. He's the butcher. He is just slicing and dicing all these guys and just in a absolute fucking blood rage. Kills it, and it's just, he's lathered in blood. The kid's lathered in blood and get viscera. He's just kind of still in a state of shock because the mom got disemboweled. But he goes out. I love it because he just breaks through the shutters and he's like, and the Lin Kuei are like, oh, and they just run away. They're like, oh, and he's like, oh, he does the whole Japanese yelling thing, which is very frightening. And these guys are like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And he just gets on, he just takes them all out, yeah, slice and dices, and the last guy, the third guy, who's like, oh, fuck, Scorpion just takes the sword, rams it right up his asshole, Chad, all the way up his asshole, through his tummy, chest, until it goes out the top of his head, and he pins him to the ceiling, Chad. And he's just hanging there like a meat accordion, Chad. He's still alive, too. Bad way to go. And, Big Scorpion's like, wow, I really fucked that guy up. He's distracted. And a guy comes in there with a spear and stabs him. And Scorpion's like, whoa! And he just turns around, chat, and just hits the guy. And, his fucking, eyes just go out of his skull. He kills him. And he just breaks the spear and pulls it through his body. He's like, I don't give a shit anymore. And he takes the bloody, stumpy wooden part and just jams it into the guy's, eye sockets. And so he's like both of them are just gone. Eyes are gone. He's just screaming because he's still alive. And he's running around all derpy because he has like a broom handle inside of his head, chat. And he's hitting the walls, and he's still like, it's going deeper in there until he kills himself, basically. And then he just bursts out of the room. The Sub-Zero wannabes, chat, they start running out because they're just terrified of Scorpion. And eventually, they're all trying to run away, and he slices and kills them all, Chet. He's like, who else wants some? And you hear this guy in the back row, I would. And who is it, chat? Fucking Sub-Zero. He's like, hi, I'm the leader of the Lin Kuei. Here, is this your kid? Is this your Yoshi? And he has little Yoshi Toshi, whatever his name is, chat. And he's got him by the neck. And he's like, oh, what are you doing? And he's like, listen, I will fucking squeeze and I will pop this kid's head. All right? It'd be like a little tomato. All right? So get on your goddamn hands and knees, and I promise I won't hurt him. And, you know, Scorpion's like, okay, he does that. And Sub-Zero goes, psych, and he fucking freezes him, Chet. He freezes him. He puts all these, like, icicles through his body. He's like, ah, shit, I'm stuck. And you know, Sub-Zero, he continues like to make his the little Yoshi's neck all icy, and little Yoshi's like, Papa, help me. And you know, Hanzo, Scorpion's like, if you touch a hair on his head, and Sub-Zero's like, what? And he fucking squeezes, and the kid's head just explodes. It's like, oh my god! He just drops what's left of him there, and Scorpion's like, oh. Sub-Zero's like, sorry, I didn't hear you over the explosion of your kid's head. I'll come closer. Hold on. And Scorpion just starts like trying to get out of the iceberg that Sub-Zero put him in, chat. He's like, Sub-Zero, you and the Lin Kuei shall pay. And Sub-Zero's like, nah, I don't think so. And he just starts like, he stabs his arms until they get all broken and shit. And he's like, oh. And it's like, the Lin Kuei send their regards, Hanzo. And he forms like an icicle in the middle of his hand and he goes right through Scorpion's mouth all the way out the back of his head. He's like, and he dies. And he dies. And then it opens up. And then we go to the title credit sequence. Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. What revenge? He's dead. Oh, don't worry, chat. It's far more complicated than you think. We'll learn soon enough what's actually going on. But chat, we cut, and we are in a temple with Liu Kang, chat. He's doing a little meditation practice right now. He's got all these nice scented candles around him, chat. Vanilla. Very simple, you know, smelling candle, chat, but one that gets the job done. The thing is, though, Chad, he senses another presence. Someone else is nearby. And he's like, woo, and he attacks this person, this shadowy figure. And he starts fighting him, Chad. He punches him and stuff. And he gets some, and they knock over his candles. He's like, my scented vanilla candles. Ooh, and he gets very mad. And he starts punching this guy in the face, until it is revealed to be Lord Raiden. And Liu Kang's like, oh, Lord Raiden, I apologize, my sincerest apologies. And Raiden's like, no, man, I want you to like punch a lot. I need you to do that. You're like my chosen one. No worries. And he's Lord Raiden, why are you here? And he's like, listen, Shane Soon, that crazy old wizard fuck, he's gonna do a Mortal Kombat tournament, right? And as we all know, if Outworld, if they win for the 10th time, Outworld and Shao Kahn, you know, Shane Soon's evil master, he'll be able to invade. I need fucking fighters. I need you and I need other people. And he's like, who else do we need? He's like, let me tell you. And then we transition, shall we? Also, I like this. He's like, I know you love the scented vanilla candles, and he writes them all back up, and he ignites them again with his lightning powers. I think that was really sweet of him. That was really cool. But then, chat, we transition, and we cut to Sonya Blade. We cut to good old Sonya Blade, chat, voiced by Jennifer Carpenter. And I love this scene because it looks like we're in China. I believe like we're in China. And we see this alleyway, all these street corners and like little marketplaces, and they're all colored. Look, it's all filled with neon, chat, pinks and purples and dark blues and maroons, really beautiful reds. I love it. And she's getting Sonya Blade, chat. She's getting her ass kicked by this I don't know, this jabroni for all I know. He's just throwing her around to this muscle-bound, jock-looking guy, and he punches her in the face and just puts her down the ground, chat. She hits the bricks and everything. He's like, ugh. And he's like, come on, little girl, what are you gonna do? And it's like, you should have done that, chat, because when you call Sonya Blade a little girl, that's her trigger. It also triggers a flashback, chat. And we see a young Sonya Blade, chat, joining the Marines, okay? Joining the Marines. And who's her sergeant, chat? Jax Briggs. Mr. Briggs. And Jax Briggs is going, now I am not going to raise a weak unit. You hear that, little girl? And she's like, sir, I am not a little girl, sir. And he's like, prove it to me. And we see a montage chat of Sonya Blade being a badass chat. She has all the best scores and all the trials chat. She's the best at punching. She's the best at kicking. She's the best at shooting. She's great at it, chat. She's got all these missions, just punching people. It's like, Jesus Christ, using her thick thighs, using her big old fists. I mean, using everything at her disposal, chat. She's killing all these guys. And then we see good old Jax is like, in his office. Sonya walks in. He's like, sir, you want to see me, sir? He's like, yes. We're on a mission. We're chasing after this guy named Kano, leader of the Black Dragon. I'm putting together a crack unit. You want to be involved in that, Sonya? And she goes, sir, yes, sir. It's like, boom. And then we transition back here where the guy's like, come on, girlie. You want to put on a good show, don't you? She's like, I love it. Because she's quiet, she stands up, chat, and she just does a fucking kick like you couldn't believe. Hits the guy, just smacks him right in the face. He flies back against the car, and she's like, you gonna get up, bitch, or you gonna fight like a man? And he's like, ooh, and that gets him mad. He did not like being called the bitch, chat. He did not like that. And he goes at her, but at this point, she is completely in her element, chat. She is dodging his big derpy fists and constantly just smacking him until she's like, all right, I'm done with this. And she just punches him so hard, chat. Kicks him. She's all about the kicks, using them thick Sonya Blade thighs. And she puts everything she can in this next kick, chat, and just hits him right inside the face, and all of his teeth just fall out. He's like, my fucking teeth. What is this doing to my teeth? And she's like, hey, look up, bitch. And he's like, huh? And she just brings down, she does like a drop kick on him. Just mostly Johnny Cage's move. I guess she has this her own. She brings her foot down on him and just crushes. And she kills him, I think. He crushes the top of his skull, his brow, his nose, and the rest of his teeth just little. And he's just like, oh, and he's dead. And meanwhile, this handler comes out of nowhere and says, here, we have this ticket for you. Apparently, Jax has infiltrated this secret island operated by this evil guy named Shang Tsung. You accept this mission? She's like, goddamn right I do. I gotta save my boy, Jax. Thank you, Sage Snake. Welcome to stream. Thank you for subscribing. 2-month streak, 5 months. Appreciate that, Sage Snake. Cheers and salute to you. But chat, we're not done. So Earthrealm needs fighters. We got Liu Kang. We got Sonya Blade. Who do you need? Who else do you need, chat? Obviously, Cole Young, chat. We transition to an MMA cage match, and we're introduced to the character of Cole Young, chat. He's lame. He has no personality. He's getting his ass kicked by some 2-bit fighter, okay? Promptly gets his ass kicked. And Raiden's like, this is the guy. There's something about him that, we're going to just create a franchise around him. It'll be perfect. No, chat. No. Cole Young's not in this movie. He's not. He was not created for this film. Thank God. No. Who know we transitioned to, chat? We transitioned to the Malibu home for a third-rate actor known as Johnny Cage. He was a big action star, chat. But those box office receipts, they drop eventually, chat. He's trying to get a new gig, and not many people want to work with him. It also turns out his girlfriend dumped him because he's in an argument with her right now. She's like, Johnny, you're a fucking bum. You can't get work anymore. I'm through with you, okay? You're a piece of shit. Goodbye. Thank you and fuck you. And she leaves. He's like, baby, I swear to God, I'll get another job. I swear. And his apartment, it looks like a frat house. It's just covered in garbage. Pizza boxes everywhere, chat. Open bottles of beer, also wine, everything. Like he's in a bathrobe at this point. You see all of his movie posters. You see Ninja Mime, chat. Ninja Mime 1. He doesn't like to do sequels, chat, so he doesn't want to sign on for Ninja Mime 2. Not just yet, even though it was his biggest box office earner. I love it, chat. Again, this guy's voice, Johnny Cage's voiced by Joe McHale, and he absolutely kills it in this movie. Every scene he's in, he's so funny. He perfectly captures the kind of person Johnny Cage is, and later will evolve into. And gets better, becomes more mature. But right here, he is a stunted, immature piece of shit Hollywood actor. It's great. And he just sits down his couch chat, just finds like some leftover wine and just guzzles. He's like, oh, it's like, there you go, I brushed my teeth. It's like he's not doing well. And he hears his little phone ring, chat. It's giving him the little ring-a-ding-ding. And he can't find it, chat, because it's buried in pizza boxes. He opens one pizza box and it's like, it's covered in pizza sauce and cheese. He's like, hello. And apparently, chat, his agent got him a new thing, a new gig. It's a little different. It'll involve you having to go to China. And he's like, fucking China, cool. I mean, is there going to be catering and stuff? I'm having my own trailer. They're like, sure. He's like, woo, I'm going to China, not knowing that his agent has actually entered him into a Mortal Kombat chat, which is a life and death tournament where you will die. There's a great possibility where you will die, or it's either kill or be killed. John Cage is like, I don't know. It's a reality show. That's how it was sold, so he can't wait to get there. Chat, having a good time. Meanwhile, though, chat, so we have all the Earth Realm fighters. They're going to China, can't wait. But then we cut, chat, to what? Hell. We are in the Nether Realm, chat, where Scorpion is being drawn and quartered. He has blades that have been put through his wrists and ham hocks and thick thighs, chat. The only way you can keep him down is to keep those blades through those thick thighs. And he's like, and he's screaming and stuff. He tries to get out, chat, but as he moves, the blades cut deeper and deeper, chat, until they're basically working their way up his wrist, causing him to bleed even more. More blood, more gore, more viscera, all of it. He sees all the, there's a lake of hellfire, chat. These tall, spiky, ominous mountains in the background. And all these little demons going, we're going to eat you, we're going to eat you. All these demons around him. And then, chat, we see this giant, gray-looking, well-armored Triclops. Not a Cyclops, he's got 3 eyes. And he's waddling forward going, I'm gonna eat you. It's like, oh no! But first, I must torture you for all eternity. And he's like, that's like a long time. Like, it is, yeah. Yeah, and like Hanzo is like, where the hell am I? You're in the Nether Realm, the domain of Shinnok, currently under management by Shao Kahn and Quan Chi. He has all your answer. He's like, well, that's cool. Can I go see him? He goes, no, I have to eat you. And so he starts getting all these tools out. And he's like, does this cause you discomfort? And he stabs him in the tummy. He's like, no! And he's like, I would take that as a yes. And Scorpion tells him, Hanzo tells him, like, listen, if you're going to keep doing this to me, I'm going to have to, break out of here, okay? And he's like, you cannot harm me. I am one of the greatest warriors of the Netherrealm. These things, these objects, these are the tools of your damnation. He cuts his finger with one of the blades to show, like, how sharp they are. And he bleeds like lava. He bleeds magma, chat. And Scorpion notices this. Hanzo notices, and he goes, okay, I'll be sure to know that. It's just like, okay. Hanzo starts, like, whispering something. He goes, he's like, is that a prayer? Tell me, Hanzo, what is it that you whisper? And he's like, I just want you to get close to me. He goes, huh? And he fucking bites his ear off. Hanzo goes, nah. And he bites the Triclops' ear off. He goes, no. And he goes, patooey. And he spits the severed ear, chat, onto the chains and melts it because it's lava. And he rips it off. And he used the blade one of the chains to cut off the other blade, and he gets him off his ham hocks, chat, because those are deep in his ham hocks in his upper thighs. And he's like, you fucked up, Triclops. He's like, no. And the Triclops, like, runs forward trying to, like, smash Scorpion, not in a sexual way, chat, but in like a Mortal Kombat kind of smash. But Scorpion, it's like, it's too late. Scorpion just starts stabbing him in his, kind of genitalia region. She had to stab, and more magma just starts leaking out. He's like, oh! And he starts, like, cutting his tendons and his thick thighs until it forces him on his knees. And Scorpion just grabs the big old evil-looking sword and just cuts it right through the guy's head to his belly. And he starts leaking more, like, gross fat lava, viscera and blood until he just, and he just dies. And Scorpion's like, whoo, all right, got a lot of killing to do. And all the demons down there are like, you fucked up, Hanzo. It's you against a thousand of us. And Scorpion just, like, takes a sword and just chucks it at this one demon. and it hits the demon in the fucking head and it kills it. And it's like, well, there's one less of you now. They're like, ooh! And they all go at him, chat. Only 999 left. And it's like, damn. This is going to be pretty intimidating. But, chat, he slaughters every single fucking demon. Takes them all out, and he is finally walking to the domain, chat, of Quan Chi, his domicile. And Quan Chi, chat, we don't really seen him in any of the Mortal Kombat live-action adaptations, but he's like a major villain, serving Netherrealm and or Outworld occasionally, chat. He is kind of the second in command next to Shinnok. Shinnok is this insane god who's been featured in the Mortal Kombat series. I believe he was in Mortal Kombat 10 most recently. And he makes a cameo in 11. He does make a cameo in 11, chap. I think he was like the main villain of 10, I believe. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But, you know, Quan Chi, he's just relaxing. He's just relaxing. He's just kind of up there going, oh, shit, what's going on? And he sees the Hanzo, who is just caked in blood and gore, chat, just dripping in viscera. And he goes, hey, are you the fuck who, owns this place? And he goes, I happen to be that said fuck, correct? He's like, listen, I want to get the hell out of here. And Quan Chi's like, oh, that's adorable. What are you going to do? He's like, I'll kill you. He goes, I don't think so, buddy. And Scorpion, Hanzo, he tries to go after him, chat, tries to stab him. And Quan Chi uses his magic, chat. He uses his Netherrealm magic. And this is fucked up. It's fucked up in the film where he has like telekinetic like magical powers, and he lifts Hanzo up in the air and just starts twisting his arms around, chat, until literally his arms and legs become balloon animals. He turns Hanzo Scorpion into a balloon animal, chat, and because it's getting so twisted in certain areas, the blood and meat have nowhere to go, so they just start bursting out of his arms like a balloon. It's like a they just start like a sprinkler system starts going off, and these big droplets fall on the ground. And then Quan Chi's like, I tire of this, and he drops him. And he's like, Scorpion, listen to me, buddy, Boobala. I got something for you here. I know you're very mad at the Sub-Zero wannabes. What are they called again? The Lin Kuei. Yeah, I know that they killed your wife and your son, Toshi, whatever his name was. Listen, what if I told you I could help you get revenge, against Sub-Zero? You would love that, right? You get revenge against Sub-Zero, and you could live again. And Scorpion's like, I want the revenge against Sub-Zero. That's big on my list. But what I really truly want is to bring back my wife and child. And what's his name? Jesus Christ. Quan Chi is, I'll do, deal. We'll do that, okay? But I can't call you Hanzo anymore. What would you like to be called? Because you're going to go in there as a fighter. You're going to participate in Mortal Kombat. Does that sound cool? And he goes, that sounds cool. But it's like, don't call me Hanzo. Call me Scorpion. And it's like, cool. We then we transition back to China, and we see this boat with Liu Kang and Raiden and Sonya Blade. It's just going off the dock, chat. It's going out into the sea. But, oh, shit, Johnny Cage is like, wait, stop the boat. And he has all these, carry-on bags and stuff, all these suitcases, and the boat's not stopping for Johnny Cage. Fuck him. But he jumps on all these pillars, chat, and he just launches himself onto the boat and goes, whoo, just made it. And he drops all this stuff, and he's like, how you guys doing? Great to be here. Hey, where's the spread? Where's the craft services? Hey, honey, how you doing? So he was like, oh, my God. He's so obnoxious. He sees Liu Kang. He's like, hey, are you working on the film, too? Are you here for the show? He goes, I am Liu Kang. I am a member of the White Lotus League. I am the chosen savior of Earthrealm. He goes, so you got a script? Can I borrow your copy, or do they have copies? I didn't get a copy of the script. Is it laminated? I hope it's laminated, because I don't like the pages because they get sticky and they might get water on them, because I drink a lot on set, as you all know. So I hope they're laminated. Hey, who's that guy? And he's like, that is Lord Raiden. He's like, that's Lord Raya? Oh, that's cool. Lord Reggie? Lord Reggie, how you doing? He just doesn't give a shit. And they're just so annoyed at this point. And eventually Lorraine's like, everybody shut up, we're passing through the veil. And it's like, the veil is like, yes, the veil to the domain of Shang Tsung. Thank you so much. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this new person, chat? Diego Kangaroo. Diego Kangaroo, thank you for the follow. You're my new Hucklebear. Welcome to the stream, Katie. New 10 minutes. Batches made me watch this for the first time ever last night. And lo, I didn't know this as a comedy. It's funny. It's funny. It's great. Johnny is perfect, chat. He's acting a fool, but it's what he does, chat. It's what he does, and he's great at it. I absolutely love it. And so Raiden's like, everybody shut the fuck up. We're passing through the veil. Johnny Cage is like, so we're not going to get any bars here? We're not going to, like, on my phone? And he's just very upset about this because he's constantly trying to, you know, like, use his phone and things. And Liu Kang and Sonya Blade, they're like, this guy is such an idiot. And Raiden's like, Johnny Cage may seem that way to you, but he, too, like you, Liu Kang, like you, Sonya Blade, he has a destiny. He has a destiny. Liu Kang's like, but he doesn't care about anything but himself. He will find something to care about, and it will guide him to true serenity and happiness one day in his life. Trust in destiny, Liu Kang. Liu Kang's like, okay, Lord Raiden. Meanwhile, Johnny Cage is like, fuck this phone, I hate it. And he just throws it out into the sea, but it doesn't splash. He doesn't, it's like, that was fucking weird. It just gets enveloped by the mist. And he's like, huh. And he looks down, chat, and the sea is just filled with these monstrous hentai Cthulhu monsters. And he's like, holy shit. Those are some really good effects. Do you guys see this? This is pretty cool. They're like, you fucking moron. And eventually, chat, they get all, they're like, quiet, quiet. We are at Shang Tsung's island. We pass by all these craggy cliffs. And you know when you're in a bad guy's island, chat, when the mountains and cliffs all look like, all of screaming faces. That's not good. That's not good. Even Johnny Cage goes, bad guy lair. I like it. Pretty cool. And then we see all these other ships from all the different realms coming in, chat. Outworld, Netherrealm. We see this massive black ship, this iron wrought black ship. And who's at the front, chat? Who's at the front of the mast? Fucking Scorpion. He's there. And Johnny Cage is like, I think that's the bad guy. I think that's the bad guy of the movie. Eventually, they all dock, and Johnny Cage, he's like, hey, guys, listen. He has, like, because all Shang Tsung's servants come out there to take their bags and stuff. And he's like, listen, I don't believe in tipping, but I do believe in showing art, showcasing art. So here's a signed picture of me. Congratulations. Usually I charge $25 at a con, but you guys are lucky. You're getting that for free. Thank you. And fucking Sonya Blade's like, God, he is such a dick. It's like, you saying that now, Sonya, but you'll be carrying his baby in a couple of films from now, chat. That's how it works. Johnny Cage gonna put a baby in her. But, chat, they continue towards Shang Tsung's temple, and all the backgrounds for the show, chat, are beautiful looking. I just love, like, how the island works, all the little villages that are scattered all over the place, like the docks, very, very cool. And they arrive at Shang Tsung's palace and / temple, and they go in there, and it's filled with all of these just monsters and fighters and creatures from different dimensions, chat, and different worlds and realms. And, like, the first thing you see is a wrestling like an arm wrestling match, right? It's like, oh, simple. Except the winner just, like, rips the guy's arm off and flings it, and another guy catches it and just starts eating it. And it's like, whoa. It's like, wait, what? All these people are just fucking drinking and yelling at each other and singing. But then Johnny Cage, he notices, oh, fucking craft services, great. And he goes over there, chat. And he's like, and he's looking at it, and it's all, like, weird foreign. Like, who knows what it is? It's food from different dimensions. We have, like, these little squid things, these little hentai tentacle things. This one thing that looks like a microbe of some kind, like an enlarged germ. And he asks Natara, who's standing right there, like, drinking. He's like, hey, is any of this organic? She's like, rah! And he's like, okay, Jesus, all right, I'm sorry I don't speak your language. And he just eats it anyway. He just walks away. And she starts feasting. She just starts feasting all this shit. And eventually, though, chat, then we hear this big, gong going off. Boom, 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 boom. And who fucking arrives, chat? Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung is there. And Shang Tsung's like, hey, everybody, welcome to Mortal Kombat. Hope you guys are all doing great. And we see all the people, Raiden's like, Shang Tsung, this son of a bitch, he's such a pain in the ass. Quan Chi's there, too, he's of Scorpion. And Quan Chi's telling Scorpion at this point, like, listen, Tournament, I don't give a shit about the fucking tournament, okay? You do what you will. But I want you to go into Shang Tsung's treasure room, okay? And you must find the MacGuffin. You gotta find the MacGuffin of the movie, okay? It's this little ornament that contains the soul of my master Shinnok, okay? So you get that, you bring it to me, and we're golden. I'll resurrect your family, and I'll get Yoshi, Tatoshi, whatever the hell his name is back, and we'll be great. Scorpion's like, will do. But Shang Tsung's like, hey, everybody. I don't mean to spoil the festivities and stuff. Happy to have you here. Great to represent Outworld. Hey, fucking 9 tournaments in a row. Am I right? We're doing great here. Listen, we did have a bit of a spoil sport recently because, as you know, I've hired on a new security team. Kano, can we give it up to Kano right now? Kano's like, hi, everybody, I'm here. And it's like, he's a great guy. Thank you to the Black Dragon. Thank you all, the Black Dragon, for keeping things safe here. We did find an Outlander. Try to infiltrate and just ruin our Mortal Kombat tournament. It sucks. Kano, can you bring him out? And Kano's like, sure. And who does he drag out there, chat? Jax. Jax infiltrated the island, and Sonya's like, oh no. And she runs up, it's like, Jax. But then, boom, she hits like a force field. She goes, what the fuck is this thing? And Shang Tsung's like, it's a force field. It's kind of obvious. It's a force field. Anyway, Jax here, Jax Briggs. He tried to infiltrate my island and I guess kill me. Adorable. We're gonna need a little entertainment. Hey, well, you know who loves what goes well with dinner, everybody? Entertainment. Everyone sit down, enjoy themselves. Goro, get your ass out here. And then Goro comes, actually tells Jax like, I'm going to kill you, Shang Tsung. And Shang Tsung's like, well, man, take it easy. You know, you can leave at any time. That was always allowed. And Jax is like, really? Shang Tsung's like, yeah, just go through that door over there. It'd be great. And Jax is like, okay. But Shang Tsung's like, well, listen, you might have to move past the guy who's coming out of that door. And who walks out, chat? Goro. And Goro comes out, and Jax is like, holy fucking shit. And Goro's like, I will break you. I will break puny man. And Jax is like, oh, I got this. Don't worry. Sonya's like, Jax, are you sure? He's like, Sonya, I got this, okay? I've had multiple tours. I've had over 50 combat drops. I can take on this giant monstrosity. No problem. Here we fucking go. America! And he starts punching him in, like, his chest chat. And Goro's like, that tickle's adorable. And he just fucking starts beating the shit out of Jax. Shit just winds up, pow. Jax goes, what the fuck just happened? Why is there 3 of him now? He just starts throwing him around the goddamn ring the entire time, chat. Now, while this is going on, Quan Chi's like, Scorpion, get your black and yellow ass down there and get me my little Shinnok ornament. He's like, all right, boss, I got it. But Raiden, he hears this shit. He hears this. And he's like, all right. I'm going to see this Scorpion guy. This is interesting. Meanwhile, chat, we see Shang Tsung. He has a bunch of kitty cat cards. Got little kitty cat masks. And they're patrolling and stuff. And Scorpion, he just, you know, he's like trying to avoid them. But when he gets to the treasure room, chat, he notices there's 3 kitty cat cards there. And we see Scorpion use his little blade chain attack on him. And they don't even know what fucking happened. Because they hear like something move and they look around. They turn to the left. And the blade goes through the first guy, the second guy, and the third guy, chat, all through their heads. And he just yanks and just pulls all of their fucking heads off. And they didn't even know what killed them. They didn't even know. That's how you want a Dynamo Kombat, chat. You don't even see it fucking coming. Well, the first guy did. The second and third guy, they didn't know what happened. They didn't know what happened to Billy. What happened to Billy? Don't know, because we're all dead too. And he sees the little ornament, chat, the little Shinnok ornament. And he goes up, and then Raiden goes, Pakow! Chunkin's like, ah! And he's like, listen, Scorpion, I know you don't know me. I'm Raiden. I'm the protector of Earthrealm. Quan Chi, he's a piece of shit. He's not a great guy, okay? He's not a great guy. I'm here to tell you that revenge is not the answer, okay? There's always choices. And Scorpion's like, the only choice I have is to gain vengeance for my family. And he's like, vengeance will not clear your soul, Scorpion. He's like, instead of fighting for the past, fight for the future. There is so much at stake. Your clan still lives, Scorpion. He goes, I don't care. I want to do this. He's like, well, you know what? Just think about it. Think about it, okay? I leave the decision to you. I have no control over you. I can't do anything. All right? You can only make your own choice. And Scorpion thinks about this. He goes, I will think upon this, which I like. I like that Scorpion. He's not like, oh, I'm just going to hurt things. It's like, no, he's like, all right, he's conflicted. He's conflicted because he is a man of honor. He's a man of respect, and he recognizes Raiden as one of those individuals. I think it's cool. Thank you, Naughty Fat Gnome. You have an amazing name. I love that name. Naughty Fat Gnome. Mwah, perfect. Perfect. And so, we then cut back to the whooping that Goro is laying on Jax, and Shang Tsung's like, Goro, I'm bored. Finish him. And Goro's like, I will finish. And he just walks up to Jax and just takes both of his arms and just starts pulling, chat. Just starts pulling. Jax is like, ooh! And we cut inside of Jax's arms as the tendons, as the muscles, as the meat, as the cartilage, as the bones just give way until his arms are just these, they're just flesh balloons, chat. And Goro rips off his fucking arms. He's like, oh! And Kano's like, ha ha. It's funny. And he falls to the ground. And Goro just starts like twirling the arms in the air and just throws them. He just fucking throws them to the crowd. They're like, yeah, Barabbas, yeah. Just like enjoying the fact. And Sonya's crying. She's like, no, Jax, no. And then Raiden, he teleports right in there. And he kneels down to Jax and he heals. He cauterizes his wounds. And Shang Tsung is like, Raiden, you cannot interfere. And Goro's like about to grab Raiden. And Raiden he just raises his finger like this. He flicks his finger. And Goro just flies all the way back, hits the side of the ring, and is knocked out. So it shows you how powerful Raiden actually is. And it's like, Shang Tsung, what do you mean interfere? I don't believe Mortal Kombat has been called yet. I'm tired of your barbarism. And Shang Tsung's like, all right, motherfucker, okay. You know what? Fuck it. All right, take Jax away. And Kano takes Jax away. And Sonya's like, I'll fucking save you, Jax. I'll fucking save you. And Johnny Cage, who is in the background, who just saw Jax get his arms ripped off and Raiden put on the whole light show and everything, he's like eating something. He's eating something. And I think he's talking to Liu Kang and goes, these fucking special effects suck. Which I think is great. But Shang Tsung, he gets out. And he's like, all right, everybody. Let's get on to the main fucking event. Mortal Kombat, okay? I've already picked all your opponents who you'll be going up against. And I'll be transporting you around the island. All various locations. And so, fight. And he just starts teleporting all these people away, chat. Like instantly. And Johnny Cage is like, wait, what, are we filming? Are we shooting right now? And then Johnny, he just suddenly is like, what the fuck? Because all he saw was this bright shining white light. And now he's on top of this giant mountain temple. When he looks down, it's like, holy fucking shit. He's seeing it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds feet down. He's like, what the hell am I? That was fucking crazy. And he just starts exploring the temple, chat, like looking around for anybody. He's like, hello? And then he goes into this a storeroom, and he's like, I just get some fucking food or drinks. This place fucking sucks. And he opens one of the one of the barrels in there, and he puts his hand in there. He's like, gunpowder. It's like, I guess for the special effects. Cool. Practical. Pyrotechnics. All right. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Sorry. He puts it in there. But then, chat, we see this one guy who's on the wall that's going, I'm gonna eat you. It's fucking Baraka Pool, chat. Baraka. He's got the little stabby stabs. He's like an ugly Hugh Jackman. It's a very disfigured looking Hugh Jackman. Eventually, Johnny goes to the kitchen area, and he's like going through the cabinets. He finds some really terrible, fucked up jerky, but he takes that and goes, oh, it's shitty, but whatever. Close it, and we see Baraka go, ah! And Johnny's like, whoa, holy shit, dude. That costume is amazing. Wow, okay, now that's what I'm talking about. The budget went to the practical effects. I like it old school. CGI earlier, not great, but practical, I like that. Baraka's like, ah! And he starts like stabbing at Johnny. Johnny's like, whoa, fuck, dude. I don't know, are you method? Are we doing method right now? I'm not really about the method, okay? I like to read. I like to maybe do a table read with you, if that's okay. And Baraka just keeps trying to stab at Johnny. He's like, oh, shit, okay, guess we're just fucking doing this, all right. And Johnny starts his fighting Baraka this whole time, not realizing this is real, which I think is beautiful, chat. And the fight goes on, and I love because you just focus on this fight. You're not cutting back and forth to 5 other fights like some recent Mortal Kombat movies do. You're just solely focused on the Johnny Cage and Baraka battle. And it goes all throughout the temple until eventually they end up back in the storeroom, chat. And Baraka, who's stabbing and is constantly dragging his claws against like the walls and the floor and stuff, accidentally ignites some of the gunpowder. And the temple begins to explode and actually crumble down. And parts of the building start shifting. And so it kind of looks like Inception, chat, like an anime Inception, as Johnny and Baraka are like running on the ceiling, on the sides of like walls and stuff. Eventually, Johnny goes out as the whole fucking thing starts collapsing on itself. He's dodging rocks and shit, going back and forth. Baraka's trying to stab him constantly, chat, trying to slash him, and Johnny's just, he slashes Johnny's shirt. He's like, what the fuck, man? This was custom. Come on. And eventually, Johnny gets to this precipice, and he goes, fuck you, man. And he just goes, yeah, and he flicks him off as these giant rocks, the debris, falls upon Baraka and kills, chat, derpy, ugly Hugh Jackman. He's dead. And Johnny lands in a tree, and he watches as the palace burns, or this one area, chat, burns to the ground. He says, toasty, which is perfect. That is the way to do it. Combat intensifies. Wonderful fight scene, chat. Great fight scene. We then transition. Thank you, Josh, for the 100 biddies. All the best in your hunt for a new place, my friend. Thank you, Josh. Josh recently just got a new apartment. Is about to move, right? You're about to move. And I am in the process of trying to find a new place indeed. Thank you, Josh. Happy to have you here, my sweet baby broccoli eating boy. Cheers and salute to you, my friend. I do appreciate that. Oh, boy. But, chat, after that, we transition to the next battle. Sonya Blade. She's wadding through this swamp, chat. She's got swamp water up to her, her tummy. She's getting to this, like, this fucking sucks. I hate all this. I hate all this. But then, chat, we notice something's watching her, chat. The Predator. It has heat vision. It's like, yeah, you want some candy? It's like, what the hell is that all about? That's weird. But we see it's following her, chat. It's like stepping. You see where its footprints are, where it's in the water. It's like an invisible enemy. And eventually, she's just walking, and she just goes, she just gets sucker punched out in there, where she's like, what the fuck? She has no idea what hit her, and she goes, boop, and it happens again. She's like, okay, who the fuck is doing that? Until eventually she realizes, chat, this thing is in front of her. She's like, oh, and she just punches it and goes, nah. And it's old, but it reveals itself, chat. It's reptile. It's reptile. It can go invisible. And this thing is just hunting her in the jungle, trying to get her. And they're exchanging blows and stuff. Reptile's like, all right, fuck this bitch. And it starts vomiting acidic vomit on her. She's trying to spit out patooey, trying to hit her, chat. It's like melting like all the flora and fauna around her. And she's constantly dodging all this shit. And, the reptile is just on her constantly at this point. And she's got to do a strategic retreat. Eventually, she drops back, chat. But she gets the fucking drop on him, chat. She gets the goddamn drop on him. Because, she's like, reptile, he's so reliant on his invisibility. She goes to this really, like, muddy, swampy area. And she just covers reptile in mud to the point where he's easy to spot, and so he can't use anymore. And she just systematically takes him down, chat, where eventually she comes up behind him and just does one of those thick-thighed kicks of hers and just breaks his fucking back. And she has this tourniquet, chat. No, this fiber wire. And she basically what she does, she wraps around his neck and is pulling reptile like on her back like this. And he's like, like trying to free himself. And he's like, get fucked, bitch. And she pulls it so tight that it cuts his head off, chat. Fatality. She's like, God damn right. And she goes, pooh. She gets like some of the blood out of her nose, chat, and walks away. It's like, my God. Meanwhile, chat, we cut back to Liu Kang, and he is fighting the daughter of Shao Kahn, chat, Katana. And ooh, they're flirting more than fighting, honestly, throughout the fight, chat, because they get together in the games later on. Also voiced by Greg Griffith. And then they start fighting. Liu Kang, he's better than her. He's like, I don't wish to hurt you. And she recognizes, like, you have a kind soul, even though you're a warrior. He's like, all warriors need to have kind souls. One should know mercy. Warriors should know hope. And she's like, oh my God, just put a baby in me already. I yield. You are quite an individual, Liu Kang. You shall see more of me in the future. Harumph! And she walks away. She goes, cool, I don't know what that was all about. Interesting. We then cut to we also cut chat to we cut to one of the Lin Kuei, this random Lin Kuei guy who's like walking through the jungle. And Scorpion just comes down. This guy's like, you killed my family. He's like, wait, what? Scorpion just starts beating the shit out of him. He's like, ah! He just doesn't know what's happening until he's wrapped the chain around the guy's neck, wrapped it all around. He lifts him up in the air in this tree. He's like, you will tell me where the one in Sub-Zero is. He's like, I don't really know. He's like, to hell with you. And he just squeezes and his fucking head just explodes. It's like, okay, my God. Anyway, we then cut to Shang Tsung's palace where Raiden and Quan Chi are all watching this. They got like a little board. They got a little board and it shows like where all the fighters. And Shang Tsung's like, you know, Raiden, I gotta compliment you, man. Your Earthrealm fighters are pretty good, not bad. And he's like, they shall prevail, Shang Tsung. It's like Shang Tsung's like, yeah, right, yeah, sure. But he also sees Scorpion doing well, and he's like, hey, Quan Chi. Your new fighter Scorpion is doing pretty well too. And it's like, in honor of Outworld. It's like, really? You want to fight for Outworld this time? Thanks, man. Appreciate that. He's like, of course, wink. That's interesting. And Raiden's like, you fools, you underestimate the power of Earthrealm. And they're like, Shang Tsung's like, well, you never know what might happen, Raiden. You know, things are just kind of out of my hand. And we see all these little other guys like start to like invade the island. These little it's like, what the hell is that? Like fucking Raiden say, hey, what the fuck is that? He goes, oh, seems to be some black dragon operatives. Perhaps Kano has betrayed me. And Raiden's like, Shang Tsung, this is of your doing. You're interfering with the tournament. He goes, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here, Raiden. But we see that Kano's guys are infiltrating the island to kill the other Earthrealm fighters, chat. That's their main objective. That's what they want to do. That's fucked up. Meanwhile, chat, we cut to Johnny Cage. He is resting his poor tootsies, chat. His foot is hurting. He's like, God damn it, why did I fucking wear Italian-made shoes? Why am I wearing dress shoes in the jungle? But then who comes out of the mist, chat? Sony's like, hey, how you doing? She's like, oh my God, I can't believe you survived. He's like, yeah, you know, Sonya, I think this might actually be real. And she goes, yes, it is really. It's like, oh my God, really? Are you okay? She goes, I'm okay. And then who comes out of the mist too? Liu Kang. He's like, Liu Kang, did you know that this is real? He goes, yeah. Which I think is hilarious. And then they continue to walk together, but then who's spotted by them, chat? Who else is there? Scorpion. And they're like, hey, Scorpion, hey, did you know this was real? Scorpion's like, who is this foolish mortal? I'm Johnny, nice to meet you. But Liu Kang and Sonya are like, oh, that guy, that Scorpion, he represents Netherrealm. And he's like, well, Johnny's like, whoa, let's not start fighting now. Has anyone declared Mortal Kombat in this moment? I haven't declared it. Hey, Liu Kang, did you declare Mortal Kombat? He goes, no, I did not. Sonya, did you? She goes, no. Scorpion? No. And he's like, see? Let's all be friends. And they become friends. And they go to a little campfire. Oh, that's the other thing too. Because during this, he's like, all right, let's all be friends. He's like, see, come here, Scorpion, come here, buddy. Okay, you're just walking away. That's fine. Liu Kang, my man, yeah, fist bump. Oh, come here, Sonya, let's bring in for a hug. And she just winds up her fucking leg because he hugs her chin. She's like, don't touch me. And she just winds up her leg and just nails him right in the goddamn balls. You see the x-ray of his balls just go, no more Cassie Cage. He's like, oh. He just falls on the ground in horrific pain. And Liu Kang and Scorpion are like, I don't think she wants you to touch her, man. He's like, yeah, I got it. Eventually, they go to a campfire where Liu Kang has to explain to Johnny Cage. So Mortal Kombat, this is like a real thing. It's to decide the fate of Earthrealm, Earth from Outworld, and Shao Kahn from invading. My destiny is to, to defeat Shao Kahn. And Johnny Cage is like, wait a minute. So the fate of all these realms, Earthrealm, lame name by the way, dumb, and everything else is decided over a karate tournament? That's stupid. And Scorpion's like, you are wasting time talking. It's like, yes, we are, Scorpion. We are wasting time. I love that. That's my purse. I don't know you. She did that that combat tactic. And Scorpion's like, we waste time talking. There's much to do. And Liu Kang's like, you only have vengeance on your mind, Scorpion. You're nothing but a savage dog. Scorpion's like, motherfucker, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. He's like, I know people like you. You care for nothing. You've never felt true loss. Scorpion's like, you know what, Liu Kang? I can tell you everything I've gone through right now. I can tell you how a fucking snowman came to my village, slaughtered my people, killed my wife, cut her open from belly button to neck, and had my little kid, Yoshi Toshi, had his head explode off his neck. I could tell you all that right now, but I don't want to make you feel like an asshole. Fuck you. And he walks away, and Liu Kang's like, I might have fucked up. They're like, I think you did, man. I think you did. That wasn't very nice. But they decide, like, listen, Scorpion's going to go his own way. We have to continue to the temple to confront Shang Tsung. And Sonya's like, well, we also have to save Jax. He's being tortured by Kano. And I'm like, of course. And so while they walk off, we see some of the Black Dragon operatives try to kill them. They're like lining up shots to assassinate Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, and Liu Kang. But Scorpion just wraps his fucking blade around them and goes, get over here! And he just like eviscerates them. Meanwhile, our trio of heroes, they come to the gates on the bridge where they have to go up and fight Shang Tsung. But, you know what we fucking see, chat? Kano's there, and they're all surrounded by Black Dragon mercenaries, and they all got guns on them. And Liu Kang's like, Kano, you cannot use weapons. It is against the rules. He's like, I'm not in the tournament. This is just a payday for me. It's like, oh, shit, here we go. Also, Kano in this is not Australian. I believe he is Cockney. He's a Cockney accent, which is interesting. And so like they have him all surrounded. Kano's like, yeah, fucking kill him, finish him, and all that. But Liu Kang, he notices one of the guards is acting very funny. One of the mercenaries is acting very funny. He's like, that's fucking Scorpion. He's wearing the skin suit. Scorpion just carved out. He scooped out all of the innards and all the bones of one of the guards, chat, and is wearing him as like a skin suit. It's really fucked up and weird. He's all leaking blood everywhere. He's like, oh shit. And he goes, on his mark. And Johnny Cage is like, whose mark? And then Scorpion just unleashes everything. Hellfire on everybody, chat. His blade, his chain blade, going through the heads of all these Black Dragon guards, just cutting them all up. And Kano's like, what the fuck? And all the guys start firing on this random person. They don't know it's Scorpion. And they shoot him. They're filling him with bullet holes, chat. But Scorpion has his teleportation powers, chat. And so he appears above them all. And he just starts eviscerating everyone. Then Johnny Cage starts fighting. Sonya Blade starts fighting Liu Kang. They start, and fucking Liu Kang, he's doing the cartwheel kick. Doing all that shit, chat. Just kicking ass. And Sonya Blade throughout the fight, she's constantly telling Johnny Cage, just stay down. Johnny's like, I can actually fight. She goes, sure you can, honey, sure. But, you know, she's like, but I really can. I'm not just an actor. I do my fight scenes. And he's like, But they're taking them all out. Eventually, at this point, they defeat all the guards. So many of the X-rays, the fatalities are all on display here, chat. It's like, Jesus Christ. They're just coated in man meat. That's all they're coated in, chat. And finally, Kano's like, all right, fuck this. And he grabs these 2 assault rifles, chat, and just starts, like, laying into them, trying to shoot them. And they're like all taking cover at this point because, well, you know, hey, we're pretty talented at fighting, but we can't stop bullets. But then one person comes from out of the shadows, chat, and grabs the gun and freezes it, chat. And he takes it and smacks it against Kano. It's like, you disrespect the tournament and these warriors with these weapons. I fought Rocky. Thank you 100 biddies. Take my money, Chris. Thank you for those corgi biddies. I fought Rocky. Welcome to stream. Currently in the middle of my review for Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. And Sub-Zero's there. Sub-Zero appears. And he beats the shit out of Kano and backhands him. And Kano falls off a little precipice. And he's like, And then Scorpion's like, Sub-Zero's my trigger! You! And he just runs forward and just starts attacking Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero's like, whoa, what's going on here? And he punches Sub-Zero and they're fighting on this drawbridge. And Scorpion's like, you will pay for killing my clan, my wife, and my child. And Sub-Zero's like, do I know you? I don't do any of those things. He's like, no. And he just starts attacking Sub-Zero chat. They start battling each other. Meanwhile, Sonya, Liu Kang, and Johnny, they see Kano start to run away. He starts to run away towards this other area. And Sonya's like, Kano, he must be going towards Jax. And she's chasing after him. And Johnny's like, well, we got to go after her. And Liu Kang's like, we have to confront Shang Tsung. He's like, but she can't go alone. Listen, we'll join you in a bit, okay? I will help you defeat Shang Tsung, but I need to make sure she's going to be okay and Jack's going to be okay. And then Liu Kang realizes, like, this is his destiny. He sees that he's falling for Sonya Blade. He's like, go, my friend. Embrace destiny. He goes, hell yeah. Thanks, Liu Kang. Tell Lord Reggie I said hi. And he runs off. And, Shang Tsung, or excuse me, Liu Kang, he goes towards the temple. Meanwhile, chat, Sub-Zero's like, listen, I don't know who you are, but you seem really upset. What do you want to talk about? He's like, no! And he starts just smashing Sub-Zero's joints, chat. They all start going. And Sub-Zero's like, dude, just hold on, I yield. He's like, no, you don't. And he just grabs him. He's like, to hell with you. And they go off the bridge, chat, and they hit one of these big spikes at the bottom. It goes, oh! It stabs Sub-Zero right in the tummy, chat, and stabs Scorpion right in the tummy. And Sub-Zero dies. He's taken out, and Scorpion's barely hanging on to life. He's like, for my family. And then Quan Chi shows up. He's like, Scorpion, you disappoint me. You are a fighter for Netherrealm. I ask you to find the amulet of Shinnok, and this is what you do. I see I've made a poor choice. I made an unwise choice. After everything I went through, killing your wife, killing your sons, the Scorpion's like, what? And we see, chat, that Quan Chi, much like Shang Tsung, he's a master manipulator, chat, and shape changer. He took on the appearance of Sub-Zero, and he convinced the Lin Kuei to attack the clan of Hanzo of Scorpion, chat. Sub-Zero was not even involved. He didn't even fucking know about it, chat. He was prepared for the tournament. He was one of the first ones on the island. He was like, he didn't know this shit was going down. He had no idea. And Scorpion killed an innocent man. And Scorpion's like, oh, no. He's like, yeah, you fucked up. Well, back to hell with you. And Scorpion, chat, as we know. And Quan Chi teleports out. He teleports away. And Scorpion looks down at Sub-Zero and goes, hey, buddy, I'm sorry. Sub-Zero's just like, he's dead. He's dead, chat. But he shall perhaps return as Noob Saibot, chat, in a sequel. I would hope so, Chaz. I hope so. As a representative of the Netherrealm. But this Scorpion, as we all know, chat, he is a man who is just too angry to die. And he just starts to pull himself slowly off of this spike while just tons of blood and guts just start just vomiting up from his mouth everywhere, every orifice, chat. He's shitting blood the whole time. Meanwhile, we cut to Kano, Chad, he's going through this dungeon area, and he's gotten the Jax. Sonya's right behind him, but right before, she's about to beat the shit out of Kano, he unleashes all these hell beasts. He's like, hey, to get to me, you gotta get through them. And she's like, fine, I can fucking do that. And she starts taking on all these hell monsters, chat, but they start kicking her ass. She's getting overwhelmed. It's too much for her at this point. And right before, one monster's about to, because he says, finish her. He's about to eat her, about to devour her, chat. Johnny Cage comes out of nowhere, chat, and just does his spin kick and hits him. And he grabs Sonya Blade, like, I'm sorry if I'm touching you, but it's okay if I touch you right now. She goes, what the fuck is happening? And he puts her down. He's like, here, just stay here. I'm gonna help you. And she goes, what? And Johnny Cage just starts running up, and he starts beating the shit out of all these monsters. Chat does that fucking famous drop kick of his. Chat, one guy does the split and just punches this monster right in the balls. Explode. You see the balls and peen just explode. Chat. He's like, whoa. And Kayla's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Johnny Cage, and I do my own stunts. And Sonya's like, hell yeah, Johnny Cage. And Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage start kicking all these demon monsters' asses, chat, until they finally get close to Kano. And Kano, he's like activating his laser beam eye, trying to get him. And, Sonya, she grabs a mace, chat, and she's wrapping around the room and stuff, and she slams her right into Kano's derpy fucking face, and he falls over just like, still alive and stuff. They get Jax out of the chair. And right before they're about to leave, Jax is like, hold on. You forgot the double tap. And he takes his big foot chat and just smushes Kano's head. Chat just explodes like a ripe tomato. It's like, oh my God. Johnny's like, holy shit. And they walk away. They walk away. Meanwhile, Liu Kang, he has entered the palace, chat, of Shang Tsung. He's gone into there, and Shang Tsung is like, I'm very impressed with you, Liu Kang. You should be honored. You should be honored to be here. He's like, listen, I got a fucking deal for you. Kneel before me, pledge yourself to Shao Kahn, and you shall be treated as a king. Declare yourself a fighter for Outworld, and life's pleasures will be gifted to you. And Liu Kang's like, nah, buddy, ain't gonna do that, because that's something that you would have fucking done. I'm sure that's what you did. I'm a fighter for Earthrealm, and I'm gonna protect my people and the rest of the citizens of Earth. And Shang Tsung's like, okay, Goro, honey, get out of here. And Goro's like, I will break him. And the thing is, though, chat, Liu Kang, he kicks Goro's ass for most of the fight. He's beating the shit. He's doing the cartwheel kick. He's unleashing the fireballs and everything. He's burying Goro in debris. But then Shang Tsung says, Goro, I'm bored. Finish this fight. Goro's like, I will break now. And Goro's just like, he was just playing with him. He was just playing with Liu Kang, and he just grabs, like, Liu Kang starts slamming him around the arena, chat, just throwing him over the place, and he's like, all the moves that Liu Kang was doing before have no effect on Goro. Goro just didn't get that, he didn't go Super Saiyan yet. And Shang Tsung's like, hey, Quan Chi, buddy, since, sorry about Scorpion, by the way, but since we seem to be winning Outworld, you pledge yourself to Outworld, appreciate that. Hey, could you get some drinks for us? Can we just, like, start drinking, man? Like, well, let's start the festivities early. And Quan Chi's like, yeah, that sounds good. And Quan Chi, he's, like, pouring this red-colored wine, this deep red color wine in these two golden goblets, chat. But then he takes out this vial, this like green poison, and puts it in one of the cups. Oh, he's gonna poison Shang Tsung, chat. I see what's gonna happen here. And he gives one of the glasses to Shang Tsung as he continues to watch the fight. Meanwhile, Raiden's like, oh shit, Liu Kang's getting his ass kicked. It's not looking great. It's not looking very good. It's like, uh-oh, at this point. Meanwhile, they all still watching the fight. And Goro, he just grabs onto Liu Kang. His lower arms grab onto Liu Kang's legs, and Goro grabs onto Liu Kang's arms. He just holds him like that. And Shang Tsung's like, I have to admit, Raiden, your fighter put up a great battle, great defense, but it just wasn't enough. And also Quan Chi, I want to let you know, always want to let you know, never underestimate your opponents. And he just pours out all of the wine onto the ground, chat. First of all, it was a deep colored red, and now it's like an acidic green. It's very easy to spot. And Quan Chi's like, oh, I didn't, well, sorry, I must have gave you the bad brew. He's like, you tried to fucking kill me, motherfucker. He's like, no, I would never do that. He's like, don't like it. And then Shang Tsung starts using his magic and holds Quan Chi prisoner. He's like, has him this giant fucking green fish. It's like, oh, this is painful. And he's like, well, listen, Quan Chi, you're a piece of shit, Raiden. Thank you, but fuck you. Goro, finish him. And Goro's like, I will break Beauty Man. I shall crush you. You shall die. If he dies, he dies. He starts pulling all of Liu Kang's arms and legs, just ripping them off. It's like, oh my God, he's going to draw and corner him. But before he can finish pulling, before he can just finish ripping all of his limbs off, chat, we see it. Boom! We see this giant fucking spear go right through Goro's head, chat. He goes, go! And this chain coming out the back. And this guy rips the skull out of Goro's face, chat, until Goro's face is just this meaty, fleshy sack. And Goro falls to the ground. And they're like, what? Everyone's like, what the fuck? And who is it, chat? Scorpion. And he has defeated Goro. And Quan Chi's like, holy fuck, you're alive? And Shang Tsung's like, shit, wow, you killed Goro. I didn't think anyone would do that. And Scorpion's like, I've come for him. I've come for Quan Chi. You want this fuck? I'll give him to you. But here's the thing. You declare yourself for Outworld. You've already been declared for Outworld at this point. The only thing you need to do is kill Liu Kang, and I'll let you kill Quan Chi. Sound good? And Scorpion's like, I don't know. He's like a friend and stuff, even though he said mean things to me. And Raiden's like, Scorpion? And Scorpion's like, ooh, I just know. And And Shang Tsung's like, this is what you want, Scorpion. Vengeance, vengeance. And Raiden starts talking and is like, vengeance is only one thing man possibly wants. But man is guided by his choices. The ability to choose, that is true freedom. That is what you've forgotten about, Shang Tsung. And Scorpion can still choose. And Scorpion's like, fuck it. And he just flings his goddamn flail at Shang Tsung. No, he teleports. He flings it. And Shang Tsung's like, whoa! And Scorpion teleports behind him, chat, and grabs him behind the neck and has his blade to his throat. He's like, oh shit. And it's like, I yield to Liu Kang. And Earth Realm wins, chat. Earth Realm wins, and Scorpion throws Shang Tsung on the ground. Raiden's like, boom, called it. Liu Kang's the winner. And Shang Tsung's like, this is bullshit. This is no. And he tries to kill Liu Kang, chat. Raiden starts teleporting and zapping Shang Tsung. He's like, the fucking tournament has been declared. Earthrealm is victorious. Now get your scrawny ass back to your master, Shao Kahn. And he's like, you'll pay for this. You'll pay for this, Raiden. Witness. Witness me. Thank you. Thank you so much to Chatic Raid. Everybody on the dance floor, right? Thank you, Nick Diaz, so much for that. Nick Diaz, one of the backbones you can make sure the goddamn music goddamn car. Good to see you, Nick. We're at the end of the movie at this point, nearly at the end of the movie. And so Shang Tsung's like, well, fuck you. You guys are going to die here, because he teleports himself back to Outworld, chat, and the whole island starts to collapse on itself. And Liu Kang's like, what's going on? It's like, Shang Tsung's magic's the only reason why this place has been able to, exist. Now that he has left it, it'll be destroyed. So we got to get the fuck out of here now. And they're like, Scorpion, come with it. Scorpion's like, I'm gonna kill this son of a bitch. Quan Chi's like, wait a minute, let's take it easy here. Let's take it easy here. I mean, come on. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? And Scorpion just punches those glasses right into Quan Chi's face. And Raiden's like, Scorpion, he has a destiny, much like you have a destiny, Liu Kang. We need to leave. And then, chat, we see a hell of a fucking smackdown between Scorpion and Quan Chi, chat. Like, Quan Chi is like, I hope you can put up a better fight than your fucking wife when I gutted her. Scorpion's like, ooh, that's my trigger. My dead wife is my trigger. And he starts stabbing the shit out of Quan Chi, chat, just fucking him up. You know what I mean? But Quan Chi puts up a good fight. He's using his magic, chat, using his magic blades, all that. But eventually, Scorpion just, like, punches Quan Chi's arms right at the joints and then twists them and just rips off his fucking arms. And Quan Chi's like, oh. And Scorpion just takes his goddamn head and he's like, you'll never have your wife and family back. It's like, that's okay. That what he does. He also does the fucking mooch, and when he rips his arms off, he does the blade. He shoots out the blade from his arm. He goes, get over here. And he brings him right there, grabs his fucking neck. And he starts squeezing, chat. And he like holds him in place. And he grabs the top of his head and goes, Rah! And he rips his fucking head off with the spinal column still attached, chat. And then the lumpy body of Quan Chi's just kind of like sitting there. And Scorpion just like throws off his mask and is revealed to be the Firehead. And he goes, Frah! And he performs his fatality, chat, and burns Quan Chi's body. And he has the severed head, which is all on. And he throws it atop the burning pile, chat, as the temple collapses around them. And for the first time since Scorpion saw his clan decimated, his wife murdered, his son murdered, chat, he's at peace. He's at peace, at least for a moment, chat, as the temple collapses, the palace collapses around him, chat, covering him in debris, possibly killing him. Meanwhile, the rest of the Earthrealm's fighters, they've gotten back on the boat. They've joined everyone as they see the palace to start to fall apart. Jax and Sonya are celebrating. They're so happy. Johnny's like, oh, guys, this is amazing. We fucking did it. We won. This is great. This is wonderful. He hugs Liu Kang. He hugs Jax. He's like, Raiden, Reggie, whatever your name is, hugs. And Raiden's like, okay, what the hell? And they hug. And he goes, so he's like, it's okay if I hug you? Is that okay? She goes, fine. He goes, oh, you smell like cinnamon. She goes, okay, that's enough. That's enough. and she goes over to the side of the boat and just, watches as the palace burns. And Jax is like, man, I think she kind of likes you. And he goes, really? Are you sure? She goes, I mean, yeah, unless she hasn't kicked you in the balls. She's like, she's done that like 3 times already. But then Liu Kang, he's all fucking sad and shit. And he's like, oh, Raiden, I failed. I didn't defeat Goro. And Raiden's like, listen, Liu Kang, your destiny wasn't to defeat Goro, all right? Guys, you see how big that motherfucker is? No, your destiny, Liu Kang, is to defeat Shao Kahn. And we then cut to Outworld chat where Shang Tsung's getting punched in the tummy by Shao Kahn. And Shang Tsung's like, listen, Big Daddy, I'm sorry. I swear to God, it won't happen again. And Shao Kahn's like, fuck these tournaments. I'm done with it. We are invading Earthrealm. Bring me my army, Shang Tsung. We are going to war. And that, my friends, is Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. And that's how you do a Mortal Kombat movie. That's how the live-action film should have been, chat. All of it. And it was all done in an hour and 18 minutes. All of that. All right? And they couldn't even do any of that in an hour and 50-minute movie. Bullshit. This is a wonderfully entertaining film, chat. I give it like a low full price. Well worth watching, chat. It's currently on HBO Max right now. You're gonna have a fun time. Please do check it out and check out my audio and soon-to-be video commentary of the film, chat, on my Patreon. Boom. The most recent one right now. Go ahead and check the 5 out of 5 Needle Jack's arms. Mortal Kombat. Do. Indeed. I was like 9 out of 10. Shang Tsung heads on a pike. Yay! Remember Sub-Zero Few reminds me of Snake Eyes Storm Shadow, where Zartan frames Storm Shadow and G.I. Joe. There you go. Yeah, very similar. Very, very similar. Yeah, it was better Mortal Kombat. This is the best. Casey, this is the best Mortal Kombat movie. Full agreement with you. Please do check it out. Shao Kahn's thick thighs. Shao Kahn got some thick thighs. A lot of people got thick thighs. Everyone has thick thighs. Sonya Blade's got thick thighs. Goro's got thick thighs. Jax got thick thighs. And Shao Kahn, of course, has them thick thighs. But now, chat, I'm going to take a brief break. We will continue on with the reviews. I'm going to be doing a review for Batman, the animated series, episode 32, Robin's Reckoning, part 2, chat. But I need a brief break. I'll come back in just a minute. Entertain yourselves amongst yourselves and stick around, you crazy kids.